E te iwi o Ngāti Maniapoto, me ona hapu maha, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Today, the agreement in principle for the iwi has been signed in Parliament in Wellington. We've got an opportunity now to take the next step, and it's really important. On our website, there'll be some brief question and answers around the agreement in principle and some of the things that you might want to know. And also, we'll be posting up in full the documents so that you can have a read and have a look at some of the things that will help shape the next stage of conversations. So just to recap, the agreement in principle is not a binding document between Maniapoto and the Crown, but it will guide the next lot of conversations as we work to strengthen our deed of settlement and our aspirations going into the next stage. Also, in terms of this process, no treaty settlement has fully compensated the breaches that the Crown have inflicted against iwi. But the redress package as a whole will be an opportunity for the iwi to resolve the historical grievances and to move forward into the future based on the aspirations that we have for the iwi. It's an important decision and we need you to be engaged and understand the process as we go through it. So let me recap on some of the things that you can expect to see in the agreement in principle. There'll be the historical account. Now, we've got a historian who is working alongside the Crown to ensure that our historical account accurately captures the story that we believe is necessary in terms of the Crown breaches against Ngāti Maniapoto. The Crown then takes account of that story and forms some acknowledgements to acknowledge the breach of the Crown against Ngāti Maniapoto. They determine that by themselves. Out of those two bits of work, then an apology is formed, and it's up to Ngāti Maniapoto what the next step might be. We may want to consider, if we're looking at reconciliation, whether a statement of forgiveness may be something to work on in the deed of settlement phase. We're not there yet. There will be aspects of cultural redress, site-specific. A lot of this covers the conservation estate because that's the majority of lands that were put on the table, and we know that in terms of interests within the rohe, people want to be active in their kaitiakitanga responsibilities. So we've got a lot covering the conservation estate. But there are also the land bank lands. Now these are properties over time which iwi and hapu whānau identified needed to be put aside on the prospect of a treaty settlement, and we'll have an approach to ensure that one, our cultural associations to these land bank properties are able to be identified, and where they are not, we've got another process that will enable us to consider how those properties may or may not come back and to give it full consideration. The other aspects of cultural redress will be around things like name changes. And this is an important part of telling our story. After all, the settlement will enable us to tell our story and rectify the history. So we've got a section that is fully fleshed out in the AIP to give you a sense of all the things that will be captured. There's a section on relationship redress. That's primarily the types of relationships that the Crown and Ngāti Maniapoto will shape in order to achieve our range of aspirations for the well-being of our people, but also to optimise our contribution within our rohe and contribute to regional economic and social development. This is an important section because it is about the future and it is about determining the type of conversation we want to have with the Crown. So I invite you to go to the agreement in principle and look at all the different arrangements that we're seeking to have with a number of Crown agencies. There's also commercial redress. That's mainly to do with properties, and from the financial quantum we will be looking at these properties and whether or not, making an assessment about whether or not we want to purchase them back and utilise them for a range of things. We need to be clear within our own minds and strategic about how we could gain advantage from this, because this will help to generate income for the iwi. And then there's the financial redress package. This is the fiscal quantum that is again a part of the other range of measures. Ngāti Maniapoto agreed that 165 million was the amount that we would agree as financial redress, in addition to everything else to help get our waka moving forward. And then we have a number of mechanisms which will ensure that we can identify who will benefit. So the claimant group, and you'll see a number of why claims that have been included. Now I just want to be clear, the why claims that are identified in the agreement in principle are primarily those within the Maniapoto area of interest, and we've ensured that we take an inclusive approach. The other thing is, in terms of dissent, we've identified, and it's set out in the agreement in principle, how you would be considered included within the intention of this particular settlement. So we'll have the agreement in principle posted up to our website. We've got some brief Q&As that we're asking you to have a look at to get your head around it in a bit of a snapshot. And tonight I'll be hosting a live question and answer opportunity for you to tune in and then ask the questions that you may have. So thank you. Stay engaged. It's really important. We need you to update your details on the Tribal Register, number 1. We want you to be involved in the process, so go to our website, number 2. And if you want to know what's happening around this in the next few months ahead, then keep tuned as a Facebook friend on our page. Mauri ora kia koutou.